have a rising morning sun, and that morning sun, we associate that with the rise of the field of enlightening beings. As we melt ourselves first, our ordinary self, with our ordinary self-image, we melt it down into, through doubt, through questioning. Yesterday we began the search for the self, for the sense of that self, that real solid self that we habitually assume to be there. And so now you have a little experience of the doubt, and how the critical investigation, doubting and querying and looking at everything from the other way begins to like melt it in a sense as things dissolve under analysis. And so dissolve your habitual self-image, self-monologue, self-attitude, self-personality into freedom, the void freedom. And then arise in your meditative self with the refuge beings, enlightening beings, whoever they may be. They don't have to be Buddhists, but they do have to be Buddhas. They can be Christian Buddhas, Muslim Buddhas, Hindu Buddhas, Taoist Buddhas, gem tree. Everywhere in that tree there are all the enlightening beings. And all of the clouds around the tree, shining upon you their blessings, filling you up with light. And around you all the other beings that you know, all your loved ones, all your just known ones, neither loved or unloved, and then your really unloved ones. Do not forget to put the ones you don't like there. Enemies, bad people, evil people in history, mass murderers, devils, demons, all the bad ones you have to put there. And human form, I think, is easiest. And can leave out the horns and tail, because they are also sentient beings. They've also been your mother in previous life. When you determine to become a Buddha for the sake of all beings, you do include them, though they may be roasting in hell at this moment or freezing in another kind of hell. So all the beings around you, and as the light flows down to you from the enlightening field of enlightening refuge beings, and you fill up with that, you think that they are looking down at you, and they are thinking, how wonderful so-and-so is meditating, so-and-so is trying to learn the path, so-and-so is putting their mind and heart in the direction of freedom, love, wisdom. And then they send strong rays of encouragement and energy and light, raising you from a 5 to a 10. As your meditative self is a body of pure light, no darkness in it. It reflects light back out to all the beings around you on the bluff overlooking the lake, who all look at you, but don't know how to look for the enlightening being yet. But they see you as some sort of enlightening being. And within that field, just breathe 10 times, count 1 to 10. Try to step aside from your nagging thought flow, worrying about where this and that bag is and whatever it is, and the motor of the car or the people wandering around. Just let those go, note them and let them go. But you've got now those 3 under your belt, meditatively. 4th one, remember, is in the basic unrealistic mindset and programming that we all have, that we are the one, apart from the rest of the universe. That there's something about us that is not somebody else. It's not something else, it's just us. And in some sense, therefore, we want to get something out of that universe, and we don't want it to get anything out of us. And we're in a state of actual struggle with that universe. And under that setting and set and deep sort of sense of separateness that we have, in confronting the universe, we have to lose. We will be frustrated. The universe will not pay enough attention to us. It will not be good enough to us. We will not get out of it what we want. And therefore we will be frustrated. We will suffer. And therefore no state, even if we became a god, who was the one over and above everyone else, for the time, They're infinite others, and no one is infinite, and therefore infinite is beyond number of one, and therefore we renounce all objectives and all aggrandizements and all false senses of security about ourself as an isolated being in relation to the world. And we realize that all such states are only suffering. And even a dualistic state of sort of escaping from relationality into our isolated aloofness, which unfortunately is how often many religions present some sort of mystic state of ultimate aloofness. Even that is a suffering because you abandon all your loved ones. Because you sort of say, well, they don't exist, they're just illusion, who cares? I can't help them anyway. They don't even exist anyway. I'm going to just go into my own obliteration of this kind of understanding of nirvana, Brahmahood, whatever, mystic oneness with an absolute nothing type of thing. So even such a state is a suffering, actually, a radical thought. So anyway, we got the four things: precious human life, immediacy of death, inexorability of causality, and unsatisfactoriness of the egocentric state of existence. Take the four together. Feel some compassion for yourself.